Hey there, everyone. That sexy nerd is back again. And we're watching Think Stories Season 5 promo review. So I saw that everybody's watching this episode, so I thought I'd give you another little reaction to another something that I explained this trailer a lot more, because honestly this trailer is really, really interesting, because again, it's another wedding, and you know how crazy those are in Westeros, as I said in my previous video. Never has there ever been a normal, again, never has there ever been a normal wedding, so what's gonna happen here? What's gonna happen here? Again, we've already seen someone get their eye stabbed out. Who the hell knows what else is going to happen in this one? I wonder also if this wedding or this episode has the scene in one of the trailers where Alicent is basically just walking up the steps and gives Viserys a hug, a kiss or something like that. And I was like, shouldn't this have happened like a while back or something like that? I don't know, but I guess this episode will be it, because it kind of looks like I watched the trailer again, and it kind of looks like the same environment and the same it looks like the same something very similar. So I guess we'll see. So without further ado, let's get into Think Stories episode. And remember, please like and subscribe if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content. And let's do this thing, y'all.
Family-friendly shenanigans. HBO has graced us with an episode 5 preview. And I'm a bit sad because it's supposedly the last episode we'll see Millie Alcock and Emily Carey, who play Rhaenyra and Alicent, respectively.
Probably.
I think these two have done an outstanding job.
Really
and
have.
I'm honestly going to be sad we'll be saying bye to them. In this video, we'll be taking a deep dive into the episode 5 promo, so if you haven't seen it yet, I've left a link to it in the description, but be warned, this is a book and trailer spoiler-heavy video. So if you don't want to be spoiled, turn away now, lest your eyes be plucked from your head.
You wish to know your death, child?
A ton of Valyrian ships overlooking King's Landing. We can tell they're Valyrian by the seahorse sigil emblazoned on the flag. A few weeks ago, HBO released a mini trailer called Fire Will Rain, which shows the same image but with a huge difference. 5 dragons are missing. Perhaps they made the decision to hold off on showing these dragons for now. In the weeks ahead trailer, we see a different angle which also shows these extra dragons. I'm just curious what's going on here. With the episode centering around the marriage of Laenor Velaryon to Rhaenyra Targaryen, this is likely the Valyrian fleet coming for the big celebration. King Viserys is followed alongside Lionel Strong, who in the books has taken over Otto Hightower as Hand of the King, Sir Harold Westerling, commander of the Kingsguard, and behind him Sir Criston Cole. So it seems...
What do you guys think? Do you think Harwin Strong was a better Hand of the King than Otto was? What do you think?
Sir Criston and Rhaenyra's fling has not been discovered. Behind the king is Rhaenyra and more of the king's men carrying what could be gifts, because this shot is aligned with the king's voiceover of proposing a marriage between House Velaryon and Targaryen. What we're seeing here could be a scene where Corlys agrees to the proposal. It might also be where Laenor gets knighted, for the book states that Laenor was knighted a fortnight before the wedding, as it was deemed necessary that the prince consort be a knight.
That'd be really cool.
If this is indeed the last episode with Millie Alcock, then we'll see Laenor and Rhaenyra walking along the beach. This is a really interesting shot of some musicians, among them a little person. For those familiar with the book, around this time, there's one really well-known little person named Mushroom, the court fool who provides many of the historical counts of Fire and Blood, as he was around during this time, as well as the next 2 kings. Is he Mushroom or just a musician? Well, we can't be sure just yet. More Valyrian ships, and a shot of the king and princess at the wedding reception. If there's anything we know about the Game of Thrones universe and weddings, they hardly go well. The Targaryen and Valyrian banners are on display in the background. The lords and ladies of the realm clap with enthusiasm, but not so much this woman, who I believe is Lord Hobart Hightower's wife. He's a bit out of focus to her left. As the
Wow.
king ushers in a second age of dragons, we get to see Seasmoke and Meleys, written
Knew
by
it.
Laenor and Rhaenys, respectively. This is our first time seeing Meleys, with us having previously seen Seasmoke at the Battle of the Stepstones. We have Rhaenyra looking out over the horizon. To me, it looks like she's yearning for freedom, something that will quickly be taken from her when she marries. Rhaenys tells Corlys that Rhaenyra's succession will be challenged, which won't be good news for the Valyrians, considering their son would become king consort and any future grandchildren the future king or queen. Some of whom may challenge Rhaenyra's claim upon Viserys' death would be the Lannisters. Here we have Jason at the front alongside his twin brother Tyland. Jason was nixed as a potential suitor in episode 3. Behind them are the Hightowers. Their grandson Aegon would be next in line should Rhaenyra's claim be called into question. Accompanied with the line, "Knives will come out," Sir Criston is seen here with Queen Alicent. In the book, Sir Criston sides with the Queen during the Dance of Dragons, the civil war which takes place between Rhaenyra and Aegon II. My guess is that this episode will start to see Sir Criston shifting away from Rhaenyra toward Alicent.
I thought so.
And I don't mean in a romantic way. I mean, how would you like it if the woman you love and are sworn to protect you have to see around all day with another man? Sir Criston takes out his sword. Could he be giving up his position? Regardless, it'll be very interesting to see what the writers do here. As expected, the wedding goes horribly awry with just a massive brawl ensuing. Now, I am completely speculating here, but if I were to make a guess, this brawl starts with someone making a snide remark about Laenor's sexuality.
I think so,
In the
too.
book, it's heavily implied that he's gay, and here we see what could be Sir Joffrey Lonmouth, known as the Knight of Kisses and Sir Laenor's lover. Essentially, this wedding is a powder keg of conflicting interests, and all it would take is one outburst like this for the whole thing to explode.
Pretty much.
Laenor is pushed onto the table by what appears to be a member of the Lannisters, while Corlys and Rhaenys watch the insanity unfold. I also think it's pretty funny that you have these guards in the back just standing around and not doing anything. Here's a brief shot of Sir Harwin Strong in the fray, and I don't think it's a coincidence that the next one is of Sir Criston. In the book,
I think
Laenor
so.
and Rhaenyra's wedding was accompanied by 7 days of feasts and jousting. Rhaenyra gives her favor to Sir Harwin instead of Sir Criston, resulting in Sir Criston unleashing his fury in the tournament, leaving Sir Harwin with a broken collarbone and shattered elbow. This also gives
Really?
him the nickname Sir Harwin Broken Bones. I'm curious if the writers here are
Break
merging
Bones.
this event with the wedding brawl, and that it's Criston beating on Harwin here. Again, just all fun speculation. The book also states that when Criston was denied Rhaenyra's favor, that he turned to Queen Alicent. Does that have anything to do with this scene?
I think
Here's
so.
Corlys behind what looks to be a very Driftmark-esque type throne. You can barely make out a white-haired person in the top left.
It's probably
This is
Laenor.
followed by Daemon in a cloak, which you know means he can't be up to any good. Take a look at the terrain in the background. Very hilly,
Looks like the Vale.
of Aaron, where he was told to go back to his wife by the king. We'll see him step in front of a woman riding a horse, knocking it
It's his
over.
wife.
In the book, his wife, Rhea Royce, the bronze bitch, fell from her horse while hawking. Here we can see a bow. This clip seems to suggest that this was no accident at all, but that Daemon killed his wife to free him from her grasp and potentially allow him to lay claim over the Vale itself. Otto's voiceover exclaims that the king will die
terrible.
as we're treated to an image of the maesters tending to a sickly king whose arm is completely covered in those lesions. There's something poetic about the dying king sitting in front of the dead Valyrian city. Out on the seas, Rhaenyra is alongside Sir Criston aboard the same ship we saw her on in episode 4. Otto says that if Rhaenyra succeeds, war will follow, as we see Rhaenyra at her wedding among the chaos. It looks as though someone is helping her up here, but I just can't make out who. Queen Alicent watches as her husband, the king, collapses outside the keep's entrance. The royal carriage is here, so perhaps he was returning from an exhausting trip abroad. The trailer ends with Otto telling his daughter to prepare Aegon to rule, and judging by her face, this is not a request, it's a demand. I'm also wondering if there's a bit of voiceover / editing manipulation here, since the best person to prepare Aegon to rule would be Otto. After all, last episode Viserys said it was Otto who taught him how to be king. Otto is no longer Hand of the King here, so he can just go full mask off. Is this still in King's Landing, or has he made his way back to Old Town?
Yeah, I thought so.
Regardless, the events to follow will lead to one of the bloodiest periods in Game of Thrones history, the Dance of Dragons, and I'm here for it. That's it.
Yeah, man. Oh, see, basically a lot of what I said he confirmed to be true. Yeah, it's gonna be nuts this episode, and I can't wait for it. I bet you people are gonna be like, oh yeah, this episode was set up for this one, and like, man, it's just such a good one. It's gonna keep on having consistently good episodes, and I'm just all here for it. This is like, let's be honest. When we first watched the first season of Game of Thrones, it was a little bit slow until it got to the really crazy parts, um sometimes, but this one has always been consistently good, and I am so happy that this show exists now. And I want more of attempt to do more Targaryens after this. I really, really do, because they really can make, with the story manipulation, they really can make these stories interesting. But is it all going to be the same show? Is it all going to be named House of the Dragon? Who the hell knows? I mean, I feel like that's the case, because the opening, the opening credits, the whole design with the blood and everything, it implies also, like, other parts of Targaryens and further, and also ones further down. So it's the blood, but it's representing the Targaryen family. So they could probably cover those in other seasons, and I really hope they do. And I don't know. Do you think that they're going to show the adult actors in the next episode? I don't know. I mean, I'm really, really excited, and this one will probably be one of the most important episodes. So I can't wait until the next until Sunday. So this has been That Sexy Nerd Reacts. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more sexy and nerdy content, and I'll see you all in the next video.